But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's the
weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
I think Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So shows what I know.
As the buzz around a potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford showdown grows, many fighters and analysts are weighing in on why Canelo is expected to come out on top. However, boxing legend Mike Tyson has raised serious concerns about the matchup, expressing doubts about Crawford's chances in the ring. Tyson believes the fight may not be in Crawford's best interest, warning that stepping up to face Canelo could end badly for him. With Canelo's size, power, and relentless pressure, Tyson sees the Mexican superstar as a dangerous challenge for Crawford, one that might be too much for him to handle. While some are confident in Canelo's dominance, Tyson's reservations have added a layer of intrigue to the discussion. Will Crawford prove the doubters wrong, or will Canelo's strengths be too overwhelming? The debate continues as fans eagerly await more updates on this potential blockbuster fight.
You guys do this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
He can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. Just say he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
You posted the other day, there's a picture of you in a Rolls Royce, and you said that the quote is, "I can't remember how many of these I gave away." Tell me about that.
Yes, I don't know. Yes, when we used to have the money, it's what I have, you know, you're not accustomed to that shit. You know?
Yeah, but not everybody's Mike Tyson. You're very generous. You're a genuine, nice person. Tillman told me that one time you lent him his car, he kept it for like 3 months or something.
I don't know this shit. Listen, if you have money and you can't help nobody, then what's the purpose of having it?
David Benavidez has opened up about his admiration for Canelo Alvarez, calling him a major source of motivation in his own boxing journey. Benavidez has expressed his excitement for the highly anticipated matchup between Canelo and Terence Crawford, describing it as a commendable and thrilling fight for fans. Benavidez's respect for Canelo's skills and accomplishments in the ring shines through as he praises the Mexican superstar's legacy. His positive outlook on the bout highlights the respect fighters have for Canelo's dominance and the challenge he poses to anyone who steps into the ring with him. As the boxing world eagerly awaits Canelo versus Crawford, Benavidez's perspective adds another layer of excitement to what promises to be an epic showdown.
Looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
All right, next question. Do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's, like, you know.
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Is there scissors? Is there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not fighting him.
Ryan Garcia has weighed in on the potential Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, pointing out Canelo's clear physical advantages. Garcia emphasized Canelo's strength, size, and power as key factors that could give him a significant edge over Crawford, who is moving up in weight classes for the matchup. Garcia believes the substantial difference in weight and physicality could present a major challenge for Crawford. He suggests that overcoming Canelo's natural advantages might prove to be a tough task for Crawford, especially as he steps into uncharted territory against the Mexican superstar. As the debate around this potential clash heats up, Garcia's insights add to the growing discussion about whether Crawford can handle Canelo's dominance in the ring.
That's going to be a great fight too. I can't believe they made that happen. So yeah, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason, right?
He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
the
heard
winners
that.
would fight each other. Is
I
that what you were told?
didn't know that, but I'm
What do you
down.
think of that?
I don't care. Yeah, let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one, I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's just like there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there's gonna be more testing organizations, not just one.
100%,
Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about no body?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know, it might.
Sean Porter has voiced his doubts about how Terence Crawford will cope with Canelo Alvarez's notorious punching power. Given Canelo's reputation for delivering devastating blows, Porter questions whether Crawford can withstand such force, especially with the added challenge of moving up in weight classes. Porter's concerns highlight the broader skepticism surrounding Crawford's ability to endure the physical toll of facing a naturally bigger and stronger opponent like Canelo. As the boxing world debates this potential matchup, Porter's insights underscore the significant hurdles Crawford would need to overcome to compete at Canelo's level. Will Crawford rise to the occasion, or will Canelo's power prove too much to handle? The anticipation continues to build.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. You know, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, you know, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean? So
Mikey Garcia has shared his prediction for a potential clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, firmly siding with Canelo as the likely winner. Garcia points to Canelo's significant size and power advantages as the deciding factors in the matchup. According to Garcia, Canelo's physicality will play a crucial role in determining the outcome of the fight. He believes these attributes will give Canelo the upper hand, making it difficult for Crawford to overcome the natural disadvantages he'd face in the ring. As fans and analysts continue to debate the potential showdown, Garcia's prediction adds weight to the argument that Canelo's strengths could be too much for Crawford to handle.
I'm not even a fan of that fight. They're too many weight classes apart. And although the skills, Crawford is one of the best fighters that I've seen. Now, Canelo is, you know, fighting at 168. Crawford just moved up to 154, and he had some trouble with that in that fight. Now, where do you plan on going? 164, 65, 66? Canelo ain't gonna come down to 160.
Yeah,
Canelo ain't gonna come down, you know, maybe 166 max if he accepts. I think Canelo wins that fight based on just the size, you know, power and size. Now, skill-wise, I think Crawford's a better skilled fighter, but the difference in size will be the deciding factor, and that's why I'm not even a fan of that fight. I think Crawford has accomplished everything he had to accomplish from 140, 147, now 154. That's even greater for him. He wants to do something, collect belts at 154, he can attempt that. But there's no money in that compared to the Canelo fight. And Canelo is trying to fight other guys, and you know, at that point it's more of a big fight, you know, for the money that's gonna generate. But as a fight fan, I'm not really a fan of that matchmaking. I'd rather see Canelo move up and fight somebody like Bitterbeef or Revolt again. If he wanted to challenge himself, move up to 175 again, and challenge himself against those guys. Not a smaller guy moving up.
Roy Jones Jr. has praised Canelo's skills and recognizes Crawford's ambition to challenge the best. He believes that if Crawford fails to defeat Canelo, it could be a major turning point in his career, considering Canelo's status as one of the sport's elite fighters.
Like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What does he got to prove to Boot? Boot trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if he gets the win. Like, oh my God.
Robert Garcia favors Canelo Alvarez in a potential fight against Terence Crawford. While he doesn't provide a detailed breakdown, his prediction aligns with most experts, likely factoring in Canelo's size, power, and experience at higher weight classes. Garcia believes Crawford would take the fight mainly for the massive payday, as he has already accomplished enough in his career and secured his future. However, if the fight happens, Garcia expects Crawford to be competitive for the first 6 to 8 rounds before Canelo takes control. He acknowledges Crawford's skill and strength but believes Canelo's power and size will ultimately overwhelm him in the later rounds, leading to a dominant finish.
What's a smart bet on Crawford-Canelo? Canelo by knockout or Canelo by decision?
Crawford by decision. And you have to bet?
Yes.
I say Canelo by decision. Crawford by decision. No, but you say Canelo by knockout or Canelo?
Yeah, no, because I'm saying that's what's going to happen. Canelo's going to beat him. But which one?
I don't know, man. Crawford is fucking gangster. Really? I've always been saying, I think Canelo at the end, obviously his strength, his weight,
experience
probably takes over. But shit, I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford just fucking boxes and fights smart and beats him.
He's probably going to be 40-1 underdog or something crazy like that, right? It's not going to be close.
No, it's going to be close.
3 weight class?
Maybe 3-4-1. No crees?
No.
It's not going to be that big of a difference. No.
When you pick the knockout? No, when you pick the knockout?
You pick a knockout. But if it's just...
who wins straight out?
I think it's going to be maybe 3-1, 4-1. Maybe that's too much. Maybe 2-1. Maybe 2-1.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
So they finally announced Ryu's fight, Gary Russell. What do you think? Not an easy fight? No easy fights at this level? It's going to be. Finally, you guys will be. The first time you're ever going to a Tank fight, right? To work a corner?
Work a corner at Tank's fight.
Is Tank's the main event?
Promoter Eddie Hearn is skeptical about Crawford's chances against Canelo, pointing to the significant weight difference as a major concern. He admires Crawford's ambition but suggests that the size disparity might be too much for him to overcome.
Is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him.
Yeah.
You know.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis has praised Canelo, calling him one of the top boxers of this era and a great fighter. While he hasn't predicted the fight's outcome, his admiration highlights the respect Canelo commands within the boxing community.
Canelo is one of the top dogs in the sport as of right now, and he's a great fighter himself, so just having somebody like him to say I'm his favorite fighter is pretty, like, touchy. I think I'm the face of boxing already, if we being real. I think I'm the face of boxing right now. I think that Canelo going out the door, all the top guys, Canelo probably the only one, but he's going out the door, so.
Teddy Atlas praises Canelo, highlighting his size, strength, and power as a unified champion with remarkable achievements. However, he also questions whether Canelo can handle a smaller, faster, and more defensive opponent. Speed, agility, and movement could be key factors, especially as Canelo has shown signs of slowing down with age. His opponent's slick footwork and defensive skills might pose challenges. With both fighters aging, their styles and strengths will be crucial, making experience, strategy, and adaptability decisive in this matchup.
But it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Medvedev, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Medvedev was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. When you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right.
Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith has shared his thoughts on the matchup, recognizing Crawford's skill but questioning his ability to hurt Canelo. He believes that if Crawford can't land impactful punches, Canelo will apply relentless pressure and use his power advantage to take control.
But to me, can Crawford hurt him? I would pick Crawford to win if he can box and stay away. I don't believe he can hurt Canelo. And if Canelo catches him, it could be trouble. But I would still say it would be a very interesting fight. I just believe that Crawford hasn't been in the ring with anybody this powerful. And I'm wondering whether he could stay away. Crawford is the superior boxer. But if he can't hurt Canelo, you can't keep him off of him. And that's where the problem lies.
What do you think a win like that would do for Crawford? Would that put him
Mayweather?
Mayweather?
He and I spoke about it. He and I spoke about it in Vegas when the UFC event was at the Sphere. It's a fight he wants desperately, he wants badly. He says it's a legacy fight. He thinks about Tommy Hitman Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and others moving up in weight. And he believes he can do the same, and he wants to do the same against a fighter the caliber of Canelo Alvarez.
Boxing analyst Showbiz The Adult questions Crawford's ability to withstand Canelo's power, suggesting that the size and strength difference could be a major factor. Crawford's decision to move up 3 weight classes to face Canelo has raised concerns among boxing experts. Many believe that skipping multiple divisions to fight the top super middleweight is a risky move, potentially leaving Crawford at a significant disadvantage due to the drastic weight jump and the challenges that come with it.
What Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'll be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, there's, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Tim Bradley takes a more optimistic stance, acknowledging Canelo's size but believing Crawford's skills could lead him to victory. He suggests that Crawford's technical ability and strategic approach might compensate for the size difference, giving him a real chance to win, contrary to the majority view favoring Canelo.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights, where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness, but I mean he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
Alexander Usyk offers a unique perspective on the upcoming Canelo vs. Crawford fight. While many believe Canelo is poised for victory, Usyk argues that Crawford's intelligence and ring savvy could lead him to success. Usyk contends that despite Canelo's size advantage, Crawford's smart fighting style provides him with a realistic path to victory. The Canelo vs. Crawford matchup is expected to revive the excitement of boxing's golden era, with both fans and analysts eagerly anticipating a fight reminiscent of the days when top fighters, regardless of weight class, faced off. This bout is seen as a return to a time when skill and bravery were the hallmarks of the sport, sparking widespread enthusiasm.
A potential fight between Canelo and Terence Crawford.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight? Who
I
do you
like Terence. It's
wow.
My friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo?
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence is different man. Terence work in две стойка.
Two sides.
Two sides.
Right.
And
switch hitter.
Yes.
He's a switch hitter. Yes.
Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very smart. But feel distance and place.
Adjustments.
Spacing,
Exactly.
boxing.
You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him?
That's why. That's why I'm asking exactly.
But, Canelo big, yeah. Canelo too. It's a good boxer, but I say Terence.
Wow.
Kezin Davis shared his thoughts on the fight, noting that Canelo had his time at the top and has the ability to adapt to any style, which has contributed to his greatness. Davis emphasized Canelo's versatility and experience, suggesting that these qualities make him a tough opponent for Crawford. While many focus on Canelo's size and power advantages, others believe Crawford's skill and intelligence could level the playing field.
Be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Floyd, it was Floyd, and then it's gonna be Terence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what's on the line with that fight, right? Canelo and Terence is whose era is it?
Yeah.
Right?
Nah.
I think Canelo had his time.
Yeah, Canelo had his time. Yeah.
Just go submit our time.
Yeah, for sure.
What makes Bomac such a great trainer?
He can adapt to any style, bro. Like, he can adapt to any style. First of all, like DB3, we all got different styles. And he all been making this better in our own style. He got Troy Isley. Troy Isley is a different style. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, he got Avius Griffin. Avius Griffin is a different style. Of course, y'all know Jamel Hearn and Terence Crawford. All different styles. And he make these fighters great. He can adapt to any style. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes him.
That brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you enjoyed the content and found it interesting. Make sure to stay tuned for more exciting updates and videos coming your way. We appreciate your support, and we can't wait to bring you even more in the future. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you again soon.